Diodits, salve! Hello, magical ones! Welcome to this episode of Faerie Witch Vlog. And today we're talking just really briefly, just to give you an update on what's been going on. And I thank you all for tuning into this and this rather cold and gray-looking day that is facing me out the window. I've got my little birdies are singing now in the background. I hope you can hear. So kind of lighten it up, brighten it up a little bit. So, so what have I been working on? Well, I've been busy, so that's why I haven't been doing videos lately. I think it's been almost 2 weeks, maybe, since the last one. I'm not positive, but anyway. For those of you who are brand new to the pod, I welcome you, as well as my returning viewers and any subscribers. I do thank you. I do appreciate it. Again, let me turn that off here. Again, what we work around here mainly is dealing with fairies and fairyology, and of course that encompasses a lot of different things. So there might be baking and gardening, artwork for sure, poetry sometimes, books sometimes. There might be animal references. We always talk about the kitties. So I try to focus on fairies and fairyology, at least nature. So today is actually going to be a full moon. Last night the moon was out, even though it was really bad wind. It was windy all day and most of the evening. But the moon finally came out, and it was so pretty. It was so gorgeous. But I think technically tonight is supposed to be the full moon. And this is the first full moon of February. So this is considered, they call it a quickening moon. Sometimes it's called a hunger moon. I think right now I would definitely call it a storm moon because, like I say, outside it's really gray. It looks like it wants to rain. The forecast says it's going to rain, so whoopee, So I would call it the storm moon right now because of the weather. But hopefully the full moon will be out. So that would be when you do your full moon rituals. Get out your moonstones, get out your clear crystals, your selenite, get out your moon water, whether you've got some made and just need to recharge it, or you want to make some new. Like I say, we started to get a full moon 2 nights ago. So at midnight, I did do the moon water recharge, but then the moon went away. It got covered by cloud. So I'm not sure how well my moon water got charged. So I might have to do it again tonight. But anyway, yeah, so this is the moon that's supposed to represent nature's changes, little things. Because we're still in winter, but you can already kind of feel there's a difference in the weather and all that in nature. And so, it's starting. And so this is time to make, little changes that are going to make a big difference later. Plant that seed and it'll prosper kind of thing. Get out there a little bit more in nature and get out there and work on stuff. And I have been. I've been trying to get out there and do the yard work. So, a little by little, of course. So charcoal here is ignoring me. Just licking and driving me crazy. But yeah, she's doing okay. She's cold. It's cold in here, but she's okay. Little Fairy is doing okay. So yeah, so we've been trying to get out with nature a little bit more. I do have a little bit I could show you as far as the yard work, but it's not done. And with all the wind yesterday, it kind of blew things around a little bit more. But I can show you a little bit of out the window. And let me get over there. You can see the fairy garden a little bit. So I've been keeping it cleaned. At least it's been maintained pretty well. and I've been starting to work on all of those weeds over there to the left, and there's still a whole bunch that I have to deal with. And I still got this big bushel here, unfortunately, that I got to tackle, but I have been doing it little by little. So there's, still a lot to be done. And some of the kitties are out there. I can zero in. That's little Stony. And I think Dusty is off to the side, or it could be Brownie, but can't see it from here. But yeah, so that's Stony. So I still have a lot I have to do. There's a lot of yard work to be done. But other things I have been working on is this new art piece. And I guess I'll go ahead and show it to you. It's going to be a multimedia, as you can see. So I'm thinking it's going to be, it's got a lot of ice reference. So it got watercolor and ripped up papers. Then I'm going to paint and paint the ice queen, fairy queen. And then the outfit is going to be clothing. I'm going to do cloth fabric and cut it. And then I've got my big fluffy snow at the bottom here. And there's still a lot that has to be done, but I've been very busy doing other projects, trying to get these other things finished. So this one's kind of been sitting by the wayside waiting, but I am going to draw something here and fill in some of the space. And then I can go ahead and put more snow in and everything. So there's a lot to do yet, but it's coming along. And again, like I say, it's going to be an ice fairy princess thing. That might actually be the title. I haven't quite decided. So that is in the works. And then the other thing I've been really working on a lot is the fairy quilt. Now you guys have been seeing the update. For those of you who keep checking back, I appreciate it. But I've been really working hard on the quilt. So I've got a bunch of these panels all made up now. And then I added this decorative border to some of them. And I really like it. So there's this big this big bundle here you're looking at is that quilt. So a lot of it is one big piece. And then I've got some panels already kind of stitched in, but then I got to add in these two new ones I made, and I've got some blocks I still have to put into panels. So I can't stretch it out right now and show you everything because it's a mangled mess and there's a lot of pins everywhere. So I'm hoping by the next vlog video that I do, I'm really crossing my fingers that I will have this thing all completely done. I mean, I'm really hoping. I really am pushing myself to get it finished. So, yeah, that would be one major project that I would be really thrilled to get it done and finished. So, yay! But I have been working on it. So, I'm proud to say I can, honestly say I have put a lot of effort into it. And I'm just hoping I can finish it and finally have it done. So, okay, and then this morning I finished reading the book, the fairy novel Never After, by Melissa de la Cruz. So that one is finally done. It was good. Nice, good teen novel about fairies, although I should say it was not really about fairies in particular. It was about fairy tale creatures. It was good. I liked it, and I do recommend it. I'm just saying that it wasn't all about fairies, even though it said never after the 13th fairy. But she kind of leaves it where she might start a sequel. So maybe the author was actually thinking of making it a series. I don't know. But anyway, it was good. So this one is another one that I am currently reading. I have started it. I got to finish it. These two, Secret History of Witches and the Crystal Therapy, I have not opened yet. I have not started. But that is the plan. I am going to start getting these read And I'm looking forward to them. I'm looking forward to reading them. So, again, these are the 3 that are on the reading list at the moment. Now, the other project, which I may have mentioned, and I honestly can't remember if I did or not, but I mean, I know you guys are aware that I am still doing my language studying. I am still doing the Italian, and I'm now focusing right now on doing Gaelic, the Irish stuff. So I decided, because I really do want to delve a little bit deeper into the Irish studying and everything, I went ahead and I took my sketchbook here. I think it's one of the last ones I got that was still unused. And so I've decided I'm going to turn this into a big project, which I keep thinking, why am I doing this to myself? Because I have so many already I need to finish. Why am I adding? But I really do want to continue to study it, but I want to study the history, and, I want to do some artwork. So this is a sketch of the opening page, which I haven't finished. So I thought, well, I can do my language study in here because I always record all the words and the meanings and everything, so I can refer to it later. So I thought, yeah, so if I'm going to do that, I might as well just go ahead and turn it into a bigger book, and I can write stuff in here. I can, watch videos and information. I can research stuff. And it's just another notebook. And I often end up doing these projects a lot. And so it's like, why am I doing this to myself? But, I always kind of look ahead and think, if there was ever a chance that I would actually be able to go to Ireland and travel, or maybe even go and move there, I mean, who knows? It would be great to have something that I've already researched, I've written everything down, I can study it as I want to, and I can use it as a reference guide, and it puts, like, you're reading maybe maybe I would read like 2 or 3 books or more, probably more, and watch a bunch of videos and take notes from them and that sort of thing. And, it's handy because you put all those resources into one book, and then that way I focused on things that I want to see or want to learn about or want to study further. So that's why I often do these projects. And so I thought, well, yeah, I don't really need another big project, but I am interested in Irish art and history. I am studying the language, and I'm having difficulty with the language, but, still, it's cool. It's just I'm having a hard time getting it, But I'm going to keep practicing. But anyway, I'm going to do, artwork, and I'm going to do studying, and I'm going to add notes in here, and, travel information and that sort of stuff. So that's what I've started on. So this is another project I've added to my roster. And I just, I keep thinking, well, it would be a really great reference. Not that I'm ever going to be able to go, but supposedly my mother's side of the family is Irish descent. There's great grandparents or aunts and uncles or something. I think their last name used to be Conboy. I think that was it. And of course my mom's maiden name was Walsh. And I've been told that's also Irish. But I have to look into this stuff more thoroughly. And I know there's websites and there's things that can help you find out your ancestors and all that. But I can't afford to do that right now. I do not have any money to pay my utility bills and pay for my own food. So there's no way I can put money down to do this kind of project. I have to do it old school, the old-fashioned way. And it's just the way it's going to have to be if I'm going to do that. So I will try to research and everything. But I just thought I'll make it another project. So it's on top of that I have to do. My other 2 projects, now I did mention this one a long time ago. It's getting dust because I've not been working on it. This is another sketchbook project, which I have mentioned. and I've started it, and I need to get back to working on it, but I haven't even picked it up. This is the first time I picked it up in weeks. But I think I got everything sketched in here, or at least almost everything sketched. And then I have to start going back in and color everything. And that's a great deal of pictures, as you can see. That's a thick book. But again, it's another project. I want to do another book project, so yay! But I got to get working on it. So that is the other one. And then this one, I was going through a box, and I'd kind of forgotten about it. Again, it's not finished. But this is another sketchbook project that I started. It's my feline furries. And so this sketchbook is all cats, cat posters and pictures. So I have watercolors and sketching, charcoal. The very first one I started in 2014, and as you can see, I've not finished this book. In fact, I haven't picked it up in eons. There is going to be some poetry, cat poetry in here, but a lot of these are, different kitties, exotics, domestics, silly pictures, more detailed pictures, paintings, portraits of my own cats. That was Giorgio. Another one of Giorgio. And, another one of Giorgio. Yeah. And there's different ones. So I've got, I think it says I'm going by dates. Obviously, I broke them up a little bit, trying to fill in some space, but there's some poetry, but I started in 2014. There's some of these are 2015. I think there was a 2017 in there. So it looks like that might have been around the last one I did. Oh, here's one. Whoops. I think this one's a Giorgio too. Yep, it's Giorgio too. Sleeping. So ink drawings, paintings, watercolor, charcoal sketches, pencil sketches. So that's a 2015. But I did have a 2017, so that might have been the last one I did. Maybe. Anyway, yeah, so this book is not finished either. I've got poetry. So, yeah, this is another one that I need to finish. So, it's like, oh boy. What do you think of that, charcoal? Huh? She goes, just don't hit me with it, please. Not that I would ever do that. But sometimes she gets in my way and I'm moving and don't realize she's there and fall over or whatever. Anyhow, so yeah. So those are a couple other projects that I need to get back to doing and finishing. And again, I got this one. So we got a lot on my plate, a lot to do. At least I finally got my friend's doll finished. If you guys saw the last vlog, I think it was the end of January vlog. I finally showed you the finished fairy doll that I've been working on for I don't know how many months. So I finally finished it, so please check that out if you haven't. And that way you see the update, you see the finished product. But yeah, I finally got her done. I haven't got her shipped to her yet, but she's done, she's packaged, she's in the box, she's ready to go. I gotta get some money together and ship it to her. So, one step at a time. So other than that, I think that is all the projects I've been working on. This room is a mess. But again, that is what we're working on, the books I'm going to work on and finish. Like I say, I do need to do a fairy offering today before it starts raining for the full moon. So I've got to wash my little seashell that I always put like fresh water or milk in. The fairies do like sweet things, so honey, bread, a little bit of butter, fruit, little vegetable maybe or something. They like all that. If you want to give something that's, not food, that can survive weather and won't harm any animals roaming around out there, I would put like little beads or little artificial crystals. I mean, it's better to give them real things, but I don't have a lot of real things. I could knit up a little something, but since it's going to rain, I don't want to put, yarn out there. Have it get soaked, that's better for offerings for spring and summer months. But I'm going to find something to give them as a little offering. So I always put it out the fairy ring, which is at the front flower bed, which I've shown before. So I should do that before it gets any colder. And the kitties, they're outside. They're doing okay. They're hanging on. So that is the update. So I guess I will wrap that up, and I thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. We all thank you. And again, I'm the Faerie Witch, by the way. I forgot to put that in there. And I thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Please subscribe to it. I've got plenty of other videos already posted. The instructional ones. There's gardening. There's baking. There's cat stuff. And there is more coming. Like I said, I've just been wrapped up with all this other that I haven't been putting out some of my more instructional videos. But there are coming. Cat spells and training with the kids and your cats. We're going to do fairy wand, plant markers. I'm going to talk fiber arts. We're going to do a cupcake episode, garden. No, I've got a list. I've got to finish researching everything, write it out, and then start doing the video. So anyway, please subscribe because then you'll know when things are being posted. And I thank you again so much for tuning in. Have a very good day. If you'd like to donate to us, I'd really appreciate it. I really, really, really appreciate it and really need it. Just send something to our PayPal link, which is listed below the channel name here. Please add a little note that you're just giving a donation. That would be so fantastic. And I'd really appreciate it. And I thank Everett. That reminds me, I thank Everett for bringing me a little bag of cat food about a week ago, I guess. He just donated some food to the kitties. So I thank you. It was so great. A couple pounds, it doesn't last them long, but it's something. And I really do appreciate it. So I thank him for doing that. So anyway, thank you so much. Have a good day. We'll see you in the next one. And stay safe. Stay warm. Hang in there. It's not good times, but hang in there. We're all trying. And remember, be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to the fairies and to the animals. Because right now, kindness seems to be in short supply. So let's step up and really help the community, okay? Join me in doing that. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. Arrivederci.